What's up, everybody? This is PR Project episode. No,
See y'all later. No.
see y'all later. Yeah, Aaron is trying to get to an important meeting with his guy named Joe, and I heard he is a trader of goods, and he closes shop up at 9 o'clock. So we got to get done with this ASAP. But
I'm the guy that's gonna walk in at 8:58.
8:58, casually walking.
I like that SpongeBob meme when he smacked the doors open and walk.
Oh, yeah.
That's me.
But
Grab the biggest cart, just slowly walk down.
yeah, slowly walk around, just pushing stuff into the cart slowly.
I'm top 5 most efficient grocery shoppers ever.
Oh, you guys got new
Top
chips?
5.
Top 5. I'm
Okay.
in it out in 10 minutes, bro. My
So
whole
you don't
week,
really, you don't know who the other 4 are. You just know you're one
No,
of
we-
5.
No, we have a call every week.
That's amazing.
Guy
It's like the Illuminati, but for like shopping. Is
Yeah,
that the thing? Okay.
Yeah, guys, grocery games. Yeah, they kicked us off. They said we can't do it.
Yeah, you already had it. You know where everything's at. But yeah, welcome to episode number 4 of Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives.
Welcome to Flavor Town.
PR project. I could eat this with a sandal. Yeah, like yo, that sauce had to be so good. If you can eat, if a sauce, you can put a sauce on a sandal and eat the sandal. You know how good that sauce must be.
Sounds crazy.
Going nuts.
No, the
He says
funniest one is when he ate something from the black dude. And he was like, "Oh man, that's gangster." I'm like, bro, what? What are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be authentic. I'll be mad at him. I think it'd be real. I don't know. I think those are his natural reactions. You don't even know what you'd say if you had that sauce, bro.
He a wild man.
Yeah, the dipping sauce would be crazy. Episode number 4 of the PR project. I'm Tommy Runs. The dude in the middle is Aaron Worldwide. The other guy is Gary is a runner. And we about to talk about running stuff and other things that are entertaining to us at the moment. If you don't ask any questions during this episode, it's going to just be what we want to talk about. And so sit back and enjoy the ride or ask questions. We answer questions openly about training and other things, and even off topics like, you know, shopping efficiency. So whatever you want to talk about, we are here to do that. But I think we should start it off with you fellas, with you gangsters.
I don't got much to say. No, just playing.
I didn't really want to be here.
We're training for this little thing called the Eugene Marathon. Officially 8 weeks out. I did fact check on that today, Gary, and it is 8 weeks out. So
yeah, I thought we were only 7 when I was doing the math in my head. So
yeah, well, fair enough. You know, we were like finishing up a workout, so I can't always expect the math to be perfect in those times. But yeah, so getting ready for Eugene. We're like, I think our block was officially 14 weeks. So we are 6 weeks in, 8 weeks to go. For me, things are going smooth. Things are going right to plan. I feel good. I don't feel overwhelmed. I don't know if we spoke about the idea with this block, but we're kind of pulling back a little bit on volume and kind of focusing more on marathon pace, like effort, just staying there for longer. And I feel like it's my body is responding to it well. I'm not feeling as just work like the last couple training blocks, 80 plus miles a week at peak, doubles and all of that stuff. I could do it, but it was taxing.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
For sure. Yeah. But like this time around, I feel like I'm rolling into every workout fully recovered and like ready to rock. So how about you, Gary? Like, what do you think? Like, because I know you've done more mileage before too. So
yeah, I think we're in the point now where like the fresh legs are gone. This is the heart of we're starting to get into the heart of the marathon training, where we're doing the double workouts now. And for me, it's different because I'm not doing the traditional Hanson's plan, the Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. So, and I like this new plan of like the Wednesday, speed, whatever we do.
Oh, wait, was your last one? Were your last blocks Tuesday, Thursdays?
Yeah, this is my first time I've kind of gone.
I guess I didn't remember that. Okay.
Yeah. But with that, I feel like we're right in the heart we're just beginning to get in the heart of training. The mileage is still going to ramp up. We still got some hard runs coming up, but so far, like even today, I've never done a ladder type workout.
What was the workout? What was the workout today?
Today was 16 miles, but we had 4 miles at tempo, 3 at tempo, 2 at tempo, 1 at tempo, which I thought went really well. Maybe if not just a little bit, fast, but I think we held it pretty well, pretty comfortably. When we got done, we were hurting because it was a good workout, but we weren't hurting because we were like dead. It was just putting some good hard work today, and I'm really kind of proud of the effort.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel like it was challenging enough to really like push us, but it wasn't one of those like they call them see God workouts. It wasn't one of those see God workouts where we were just like,
oh, see God.
Yeah, like it's like no, it wasn't like that. And I feel like that's kind of been the theme of this build is just like pushing us almost to that edge, but like just keeping us there for way longer. So it's like we never go too far, but we stay right at that edge for longer than I'm used to. So it's like I start to think in my mind like this should like hurt. Like this is longer. Like this is more mileage or more volume at like right around marathon pace than I'm used to.
Yeah,
and I feel like it should be difficult. I know in my mind that it's going to be difficult, but it never feels like I'm going to break. You know what I'm saying? Like knock on wood because we only 6 weeks in, but it's like I get to that point, but it's like we settle in and we just roll. And
it's good. It's good, honest intensity, right? Without like I'm dying at the end, and there's no way I can get through the next workout. It's for me. It's like, all right, cool, done. What's next? How let's start prepping for the next workout mentally and physically. I did.
Yeah, I think it's something to be said about like like doing like hard workouts and all that, and getting like good and fatigued. But then at some point though, it has to start playing like a physical. That has to have some physical downsides and some mental too. Like, because if at like 8 to 3 weeks out from the marathon, like every workout is just like this utter and terrible grind. Like it can't. To me, I don't think you can put yourself in the right mentality like when it comes to like race day, because you're just every run has been so terrible, and you're just hoping that like this taper brings you back to life. But like the way it sounds like that you guys are in this plan right now is like, I'm sure it's going to get there, but it seems like in our other plans or our other like builds, we were there much sooner. We were like in Pain Cave pretty early, and we were hoping to bounce back by the next one. And we did. We were surprised. It was cool. But like, I feel like y'all gonna get there, but it's gonna be more like in that 5 to 3 weeks out, right? When it'd be like a couple of weeks of like suffering, and then taper, And
even with that, it feels like we're doing some pretty big workouts early in the block. Like, like traditionally the Hanson's plans, it eases you into those like long tempo efforts, but like we kind of jumping straight into it. Like I was kind of looking ahead on the schedule, and we'll have a just a full go 10 miles at marathon pace workout in like a week and a half.
Yep.
And we're like, and I don't think in the traditional plans you don't do the 10 mile like marathon pace until like 4 weeks out or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you get 2 of those, and they're like week like 10 and 12 maybe. Yeah.
So we're really getting after it like early, like, but not like I think we kind of sacrificed a little bit of the speed, like interval sessions. They're just like longer strength
endurance. Yeah.
But I'm fine with that because I think, and I've mentioned this to you both and separately, my goal for this session is to get comfortable at goal pace, so that by the time the race comes, we'll lock in a goal pace, and then once we want to pick it up, based on what we've already been doing, picking it up for like the last like 10 to 6 to 10 miles won't be as difficult because we're like, okay, we've been doing this for so long. This is just going to come second nature. So we'll try new things. We'll just go out and do it. Excuse my language.
just Jesus, Gary. Yeah, no, I think that like there's like two ways to go. Like there's like that way where you go faster, and just go like full steam on all the workouts, and they can be a little shorter though, you know, and get you like moving your legs much faster, and then maybe pulling back on race day because like, okay, I'm comfortable with this pace. And then there's also this way where you build up a hell of a lot of endurance at that pace in just a little under. So race day, you'll feel like you've done this pace almost exactly so much where it's just like, I know how it feels. I don't even need to look at my watch. I know what my marathon pace is supposed to feel like. And then you just run it. And then, like you said, because of all this endurance, by the time you get to 20 miles, 21, 22, you'll have that endurance to say, okay, I'm gonna pick this up a little bit, you know, like nothing crazy, but you just like start cutting down when you can.
Right. Yeah. All that extra energy that you've saved and stored should be ready to go.
Yeah.
And I think also that's why I don't mind. Like we get a little aggressive with the paces sometimes, especially like later into the workouts, like closer to the end of the workouts. And I think that helps because it kind of just shows us like today we were in the last interval, like 1 mile interval. And I felt like I felt like maybe a quarter mile into that interval, I'm like, this is all I got. Like, I'm here and I hope I can get through it. And then like a half mile later, we were like a quarter mile away from being done. And I just like picked it up and I'm just like, I don't even know where this is coming from, but cause I didn't think I had any more left, but I was able to reach and like get that last little bit from the tank and pick it up and like close out strong.
Yeah, I felt like I was kicking back in track and field again.
Yeah, we saw that those two random runners out there, and I just felt like we need to chase them down for some reason.
Oh, you talking? Oh yeah. Wait. The random runner. You talking about the random runners, like real random runners, or you talking about me and Joe?
Yeah, I'm talking about you and Joe.
Because didn't y'all run into two random runners too? Like
that wasn't Belial. That was me though.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Y'all when we was moving. I think we were maybe at like 6:40 right then, or 6:45 maybe. And y'all came storming up. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, because we probably had like a quarter mile.
That was a third set, right? That was the 2 mile.
That was one. That was the one.
The final.
Yeah.
When we were coming down Woodward, and you guys were pretty like y'all had probably like 200 meters on us. And I'm just like, I wonder if I could close this gap. And it just felt like better and better, like the more I was picking it up. And I'm just like, interesting.
Yeah. Sometimes at the end of those runs, like if you can pick it up and you feel decent, like it's like it's almost nothing better. You know what I'm saying? Because it's reassuring. It's not dangerous because it's not like you overcook the whole workout. And if you can kick it into another gear, it just feels more promising. Like, you know, when you walk away
as you get more and more into the training, especially for the end of the race.
Yeah,
I will tell you this: when I posted
what are you gonna tell us, Gary?
When I posted the workout on Instagram, I got Luke gave me 2 heart eye emojis, so he liked it.
Luke gave you the googly eyes after the workout.
Yeah,
man, that's pretty. That's a lot of excitement coming from Luke, man.
I know.
You just get a thumbs up normally. All right, Gary. I'm starting to get jealous. I'm about to have to start doing some more crazy workouts.
Right.
But so I know for sure, because we kind of talked about it a little bit, but like, so we talked about earlier, like in the show, I think maybe like episode 1, maybe what like our mindset was, or where we were like the theme for this training block or whatever. But like as they go on, you kind of like grasp onto different things, and like you're using you're focusing on your mantras, you're doing this, you're doing that, whatever. What are y'all things that y'all working on like right now that like kind of like seems like it's very geared up like for this marathon?
I'll say it again. It's the goal pace. It's just locking into that goal pace so I can have it ready to go on marathon day. That's my number one thing. If every time we do a tempo run, this feels easy or this feels not easy, but like I can do this comfortably. That's all I need. That's all I need right now. That's what's getting me through all these workouts now.
Yeah, and for me, I had this kind of like aha moment the other day that maybe if I could somehow get my if I could like improve my ability to breathe, which it seems like super like obvious, right? Like we're endurance runners. If you can, the better you can breathe, the better you should be able to run. But I want to get better at breathing deeply while running. And I feel like I have to do that by building my ability to breathe deeply in like regular, like just when I'm in regular life. So I've been working like on like deep breathing exercises and stuff like that because I have had like a history of just like weak lungs, I guess you would say. All throughout like my youth, I had trouble, respiratory like trouble. So I want to improve my. So I was doing the research. They say there's two things that impact your ability to breathe. It's lung function and lung capacity. And lung function is it's kind of just like what it is. Like you can't really get any better at lung function. It's just how your body is like designed. You're born with it. But lung capacity, you can increase your lung capacity by increasing your ability to breathe deeper. So if you're only breathing from your chest, you're not using the entirety of your lungs, like the entire full ability of your lungs. So I've been doing these deep breathing exercises to try to give myself the opportunity to be able to take in more oxygen and breathe a little deeper in the runs. And I'm hoping that translates to more efficiency with getting oxygen into my blood and all of that. Get real nerdy with it, but because that's at the end of the day, that's what we're trying to do. We don't want our blood to run low on oxygen, because then your blood is not able to get that oxygen to your muscles in order to utilize them to their full capacity. So long story short, I've been doing a lot of deep breathing exercises, just trying to get better at breathing and being present and understanding how I'm breathing on runs. So just being more intentional with that.
No, I like that. I like that a lot because I'm actually when you said it today, I was like, that's exactly what I'm doing too. I think everybody should check out this book. Like if you're into running or endurance of any kind, where that's like mountain climbing and all this, whatever the things would be called under the endurance umbrella, it's this book called Endure, and it's real nerdy. Like it's a lot of information, but just the thought of like the performance that people put up in test when they have like an overabundance of oxygen before this test goes off, their endurance like doubles or whatever, or triples even in certain cases. So like without them even having to say much more, if you can control your breathing and make sure that you're getting really quality inhales, during your runs and not just when it's too late, that to me, it just means that your performance can just be better over time. And I mean, the marathon is something that is cool because it's not a 5K, it's not a all out mile. Like if you can be very aware of your breathing from like the beginning and make sure you check in along the way, like you could be extending your like this endurance or your performance, way more than you could even think, because a lot of times we don't, especially in the beginning, we don't really care. But then, and by the time we are struggling, by the time it does get crazy, that's the farthest thing from our mind. So it just gets even worse. So when I've been running, when everything seems to get a little like, when I start to be able to hear my breath and it seems like erratic, and it doesn't sound like I'm like breathing in any pattern, like a pattern of like breathing in more than you're breathing out. Because if you're listening to yourself running and I think our tendency is to breathe out more while at a hard effort than we're breathing in, and that just obviously means you're just not getting enough oxygen. You're breathing out, you're trying to breathe out the carbon dioxide or whatever, but you're just not also getting enough oxygen. So I try to like reverse that and take deeper breaths and then shorter, quicker like exhales, just to obviously you got to breathe out. But I try my best to kind of like stagger those and make sure that my inhales are much longer than the exhales. And it does actually calm you down. Like at first it gets weird because you got to get used to it, but it does calm you down. Like things change, like your whole, the composition or whatever, it just changes, and you can actually like feel the calm come, because it also helps. Like it's not just for your muscles, like your brain needs more oxygen than anything. And if you're running low on oxygen to your muscles, your brain isn't firing as well either. So that's that. So I appreciate you talking about the breath in that sense. But I'm also been trying to work on a mantra, because like people always talk about what's your mantra like for the marathon and all that stuff, but I never like think about it until like it's like the week of the race, and that doesn't really help, because a mantra that worked for you last 5K or marathon may not be something that like catches your attention on this one. So I've been trying to like hone in on what I practice saying different things to see what actually helps and works for me. So like I've been working on that, and I've kind of stumbled upon a couple things that just seem really simple, but every time I say them enough in weird moments, it actually like helps change the vibe of the workout. So I'm practicing during practice, just like you're supposed to practice with fuel and all this other stuff. Practice to see what your brain or your body will like listen to in those moments.
Yeah, I've never been a big mantra guy, but for some reason, I don't know. This is just how my brain works. Every morning I wake up with a different like part of a song stuck in my head.
Yeah,
and that's usually like my mantra. And most of the time, it don't really have anything to do with running, or like anything to do with like anything. Yeah, like, to be honest, it's just a random part of a song, and it's just like, okay, well, I guess this is my mantra today. But it's like it's a way to kind of sit, because I don't think the actual content of the mantra is that important. It's more so the practice of the mantra. It's like because it's bringing you back to center. That's the goal. Is like you don't want to let your brain just start reeling too far. So if you have something that can pull you back and bring you back to center, whether you just saying like peanut butter and jelly or something, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're being intentional about taking your mind off of the chaos that's going on and bringing it back. And it's like a way that you can control what's going on rather than just like reeling and like, because like when it gets tough, your brain can get real dark.
Yeah, you go crazy.
So if you have any saying or any like little tick that can bring you back and like reel you back in, I think that's more important than what you're actually saying.
Yeah, I've been focusing more on staying in the mile that I'm in, especially workouts like today. Like, oh man, I bet you the 2 mile portion of this is going to be worse than the 4 mile portion. And then I have to stop myself, like, you're not even through the 4 mile portion yet. Let's just finish, knock this mile out and then do the next mile. And I've noticed that at my longer runs too, even like now that we're doing like 10 miles easy, like it's like I got that on Tuesday, right? But I still have to do the 8 miles tomorrow. So let's just 1 mile at a time.
Yeah, for me, like today, because I did the 20 today, and I got to it was like maybe 7 or 8, and I remember like dang, I got 12, and I was like, as soon as I almost said like 12 more miles, I'm like, yo, just chill. Yeah. Like you can't do that. Like you'll be going crazy. Yeah. But yeah, I like the mantra thing is really just conditioning. Like if it's ice cream, but you've conditioned your body or your mind and your body to know that when you say ice cream, it means relax and whatever. So like my thing lately has just been it's calm. How people say it's calm, like it's just like it's cool, whatever, it's fine. But like it's calm. Like, and then I feel like I just kind of relax a bit and settle in and realize like even though you feel like everything's getting crazy, like you straight, bro. Like you doing this pace is not like something that's just gonna kill you. It's calm. Chill out, And
that's funny that Gary said he caught himself looking ahead today, because the same thing happened to me when we did the 3-2-3 workout. And I'm just thinking like, man, we got to do another 3 miles after 2 miles. But then I just like, I kept telling myself like, no, just stay here. You know what I'm saying? Like stay here, stay right here. Don't think about that. Like, because
it makes it worse. It makes now worse.
Yeah. It makes now worse, and it makes later worse.
Because you've been thinking about how terrible it's going to be this whole time.
Exactly. It's like, let it be terrible.
And the
don't.
funny part wasn't that one, but the 2 mile line seemed to be the worst part of that 3-2-3 workout.
Yeah, it's like don't pre make it terrible. Like don't prepare it to be terrible. Like just get there and it's terrible. Like because if you make it terrible before you even get there, then it's gonna be terrible. Like you committing to it being terrible.
Yeah, there's no point in like torturing yourself before the torture begins. You know, it's like just chill out where you at and run the mile you're in, and who knows, like by the time you get there, you might have, you know, just do that again when that 2 miler comes or the 3 mile or whatever. Just keep doing that over and over. And it's like, because sometimes it's like, if you know you're not gonna have to speed up, you might as well just think like, okay, just 1 more mile at this pace, you know, like instead of going like, oh, I got 6, you know, whatever to do, just run this mile at this pace.
Yeah.
When that one comes, when you get through that one, okay, just run this one at that pace. Like focus on that smaller task, and then it just normally, like in the marathon, that's what I've had success with, is like just running the first mile at this pace, and then do the second mile at that pace, and then every mile is like your goal is to hit this pace.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's all you can do. You can't go like, oh, I want to average this, and what do I got to do? There's no math. Just run the pace. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
It's like they say, what's the best way to eat an elephant?
1 mile at a time.
One mile at a time. You feel me?
Right.
One bite at a time, for real. And
Right.
it seems silly, but it makes sense. You can only do what you're capable of doing in the moment. Like, because you never know. I mean, at this rate, me and Gary might not make it to the next mile. We've had some close run-ins with some vehicles.
Okay.
It's very dangerous.
Right.
So we have no choice but to run the mile we're in.
We got to go to this view right here. Hold on.
Yeah.
We might as well talk about it. Guys, just let you know, my Boston Marathon vibe is going well. Nobody cares. Let's talk about runners' safety, okay? By a show of hands, whoever's watching, has anyone in this chat or in this watching this live video, has anyone ever been almost hit by a car? I want you, if you've had a close call with a car, I want you to comment.
If you've been hit by a car, put a car emoji in the chat.
If you've been hit by a car, put a car emoji in the chat. If you've been almost hit by a car, just do like a me or raise your hand. Present. Little what's the name? While you guys are letting
once or like many times in a week. Like what's the
So Gary had a couple tough weeks, and I actually feel, I mean, this is a serious note, guys. We shouldn't be laughing about this. Gary at one point before maybe 3 weeks ago, had never even fallen on a run. Like never fell.
Yeah.
And he fell on a Sunday run, rolled very eloquently, jumped back up like Ace Ventura or maybe even 007, some might say. Then 3 days later, if my mama here, ate shit on a Wednesday and fell tough, right? And he actually hurt himself. Sorry, Gary. Hurt his wrist. He couldn't do push-ups, which everybody's upset about. And then almost got hit by 3 cars now?
Yeah.
At least
3 cars. Oh, my mom isn't here. I didn't say that. 3 cars. So the thing is that we're trying to figure out for Gary here. Gary is one of those runners where he's just very focused. He's running straight, and I don't know if he thinks that much while he's running. And
do I?
I mean, maybe not, Gary. You know what I'm saying, but he almost got hit by a car today. Wednesday and last Sunday.
Yeah, Wednesday I touched the car for sure.
2 Wednesdays back to back.
Yeah.
2 Wednesdays back to back. I saw him, but this is not like a little close. On Wednesday, he legit put his hand on the front of his car, like because it was in the lady's.
I grabbed the pizza from the window that she was eating.
This guy was so close to getting hit by this lady that he saw the type of pizza, was able to get a smell of it, and actually took a bite of the pizza. How close he was to getting hit by this car.
You need them carbs, man. You got
to all get talking about. So we run. So you know how everybody runs. Typically you run against traffic so you can see the cars coming at you. You know, and that's a problem though, because drivers don't normally look to the right when they're turning out of establishments and streets and things. They always look left because that's the way that they're turning into the traffic, you know? So they never see us coming, ever.
Yeah, I think the problem, aside from, I know to go back behind the car, but when you're doing a workout side by side with somebody, it's almost like a split decision. Like, do I cut Aaron off, or do I bump into Aaron, or vice versa, or do we just split around the car and hope for the best? And so far, the best has worked out fine, but it's not the smartest way to do it. It's almost like but I mean, I knock into Aaron and we're going pretty fast. I could knock him down, or vice versa. So, but either way, you gotta
have to go.
Or you could be smart about it, which we're not. Slow down for a second.
Yeah,
that just never seems like the option. That just never seems like.
Guys, you gotta just slow down. You gotta slow down, because to get back to pace for y'all is not gonna be that tough. Every workout that or interval y'all have done so far was too fast anyway. So slowing down.
I mean, I've been slowing down.
Yeah, Gary.
I'm the one going behind the cars. Well, other than that one Wednesday, I'm usually the one slowing down, and I go behind the car. Yeah. Today I even told Gary, like, "Yo, the light is red. Heads up, the light is red." And he was just like, "All right."
Not the light in front of me. I just again.
He's talking about the mile ahead.
He gave me verbal confirmation that he heard me. I said, "Be careful, that light red." Okay, all right. It just kept going through, and I'm like.
I think it's
like rings out there, man.
I mean, I think that like I brought this up for a reason, so we could try to peer pressure. I know I think I'm okay with Aaron. Aaron almost got hit by a car too, but I think that was a special occasion. But Gary, this is an intervention. This is an intervention for you. We need you to just go around the car, not in the front. Just automatic go behind the car every single time.
I had it there for a second. I did go around the car. Yeah.
Yeah, you did go around the car.
The one time I almost got hit by a car in the last training block is because I went behind the car. See, I think there's an overlap here. Every time I've almost gotten hit by a car, it's when I'm running with somebody else. Because people don't look for two runners. Like, when you see one person, you can make a decision. So, like, I was running an easy run with somebody next to me. They saw them. But they went in front. They went to go in front of the car, but stopped. I went behind the car. The car put their car in reverse and went backwards to move out the way for the other person.
Yeah,
what?
Me.
Oh, that's too much.
So it's like the running.
That ain't gonna happen again. That's not gonna happen again.
No. That was a very like unique opportunity.
They's being too nice. Yeah, so I think that like it's just I think it's an automatic go behind every time. Like I did it we did it with Joe today, where I was just like, just go behind, like just quick. Because I've seen so many times where we've gone behind the car, knew this person was never looking, and as soon as they was clear, they just took off. So if we were in front of that car, like, because luckily, Gary, you've had people that were like did see you, but some of them people look and then they just hit the gas. And I'm just saying, Gary, I like running with you,
I was like, at what point of a run would you want to, if you had to choose to get, I'm like, bro, hit me in the warm up. Yeah. Don't let me go through 10 miles at marathon pace and then hit me in the cool down. Like, I would be terrified. I would be just like distraught.
Yeah, you did all that and then you got hit by a car in the cool down. You don't want that. But
if it does happen to you, I will stop your watch. So
all right, cool.
Hey, put your hand up. It just help me. All right. So Alexis said she also tripped over a tree branch and broke her fall with her face while trying to be nice and wave at a wheelchair. That's the only reason why I don't wave at people in wheelchairs.
That's tough.
Yeah.
That's a painful one.
Yeah. Way to bring down the energy there, Alexis. All right, real quick. So y'all training going well. Mine's going really well. I did a 20 miles today. Very happy with it. I felt pretty strong. My leg is doing a weird thing, just like it always does. Just gotta get it worked on. But real quick, as I think I have some exciting things to talk about. If you two don't mind, you gentlemen.
Take the stage, my boy.
Take the stage. So I got two shoes I'd like to talk about. Let's just go with the super exciting one. This is the Saucony Endorphin Elite. It's the one that came out in the special box and all that stuff, and everybody was really excited about. This is like the big brother, sister, whatever, to the Saucony Endorphin Pro 3. I ran one running these before and wasn't like super like thrilled about it, and I'm like, I didn't want to give a bad review. And then I wore it again today for the 20 miler, and this shoe is actually pretty darn good. I still personally like the Pro 3 a little bit better because it seems like a little softer, and I'm like, at this point in my journey, I like kind of like just like a softer landing. But these have a lot of snap to them, a lot of pop. They're super duper light. The stack height is great. They're comfortable shoes. They are very fast feeling. They have no traction at all, so maybe in the snow is not the best thing to do, but really great shoe. Happy for Saucony that they took the Pro 3s and introduced them and brought them along to to the rest of the world with like this with the carbon fiber shoes and the super shoe vibe. And I'm glad that they just threw these in just for like extra good measure and have another really good option for people racing. So if you are an Alpha Fly person and maybe not a Vaporfly person, this will be the shoe for you if you're trying to transition away from Nike for whatever reason. And then if you're like a Vaporfly person, then maybe the Pro 3 would be for you, because they have a very similar like difference between the one to the other. So what about the rain? I don't know, Alexis. The first one was dry. This time it was dry as well, but there were a couple spots where it was a little wet because the snow was melting. And I'm talking about like times I stepped on like slush or whatever, or even gravel. Gravel's weird in these too because you can't really push off, but I think that's probably any shoe. So this is the Saucony Endorphin Elite, and they are very nice looking shoes. Good job, Saucony, and they're also dope shoes. So if you're looking for a race day shoe, this is definitely a good option. Second shoe is this brand new On Cloud Surfer. So the first time Aaron and I both tried on was the Cloud Stratus.
Yeah.
And they were super firm, felt like running on bricks. Not a good vibe at all. And then they came out the Cloud Monster. Cloud Monster is a much better shoe, much better feeling shoe. And if you notice in this shoe, this is not the traditional On running look. They switched it up a bunch. They're, how normally they've got all these grooves in the bottom and all that. This is just a normal sole. And they did a very, 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 very good job with these. I only ran once in these and was extremely surprised on how light and quick and dope they feel. I almost wore these in the 20 miler, which is saying a lot because I would never think that I'd wear like a normal shoe like this on the 20 miler these days. Great shoe. Cloud Stratus comes out later this month. No, Cloud Surfer comes out later this month. Not the biggest fan of the colorway, so hopefully they come out with some more stuff, but nice, good, amazing shoe. I can't wait to put a lot of miles on these shoes. All right, I'm done.
I run barefoot.
I run barefoot because it's
I no longer receive shoes from no.
Oh, so have y'all seen those Pumas that everybody's like talking about, the new Pumas that people are unboxing? I was like, it's a black box. It looks a lot like the box that we got from New York City Marathon, Aaron. Mm-hmm. So I got one here, so I gotta bring it to you. But it's a new for you. It's a new they say stability shoe, but like even the people at Puma's like it's not necessarily like the normal stability shoe. So it'd probably be along the lines of the DV8 Nitro, just a normal DV8 Nitro. So it's along those lines, but I think a little more stability in it. So I'm not sure. But people say they like it, and it doesn't feel like a stability shoe, so that's good.
I'm always down for a good everyday trainer. I'm down with the vibes.
And if it's a Puma, it's gonna be light.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, well, you got to go to a store. I gotta go to sleep. Gary's got to go think about life and which way he's gonna go behind the car, or either on the front side or the back side.
I would take it into consideration.
I'm gonna, you know what? I know where you live. I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna tell your wife, like, look, we're concerned. She's gonna be upset if she knows that you out here playing with your life like this.
Russian roulette.
Is she really?
Gary said, "Look, I got a life insurance policy. You know,
Like she did just update it." All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching the show. Aaron, you got 15 minutes. Don't drive too fast. It's unnecessary.
I might end up at Kroger. They close at 10.
They got the same stuff.
Pretty much.
Not really.
But you can follow me on Instagram. I post a lot more running content now.
You do post a lot of running content.
Yeah, the streets is clamoring for it, so I had to give them. You know,
the streets is clamoring for it.
So you can follow me on Instagram, Aaron X Worldwide, AARONXWORLDWIDE. You can also follow me on TikTok because I post a lot of running content over here too.
Gary,
I'm at Instagram.
Nice.
Instagram. Gary is a runner, all one word.
Oh, and Gary reached 1.5 million views on his one video.
1.5 million. Yep.
1.5 million, and I have yet to see any payment for using my driveway for this.
Yeah, that's good.
It's
he waiting for the check to clear from Mark Zuckerberg.
Right. Zuckerberg wrote it himself.
They pay me, and then I pay you. That's how. Yeah.
It's how it works.
Yeah.
They net 90. All right, I'm Tommy. Tommy Runs, TOMMIE_RUNZ. Check us out on Instagram. Make sure you subscribe to this.
Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend.
Mm-hmm.
We have 300 plus followers, so let's get to that 500 so we can do something crazy.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.